Well, the bill going through the House will prohibit insurance companies from raising your rates due to damages from the bad roads. Certainly, we've all seen the bad roads out there. So in this week's Know the Law segment, Tom Sinus joining us to explain what we currently can do if our vehicle sustains damage from bad roads. And we know they're out there, the potholes, you name it.
Yeah, I was going to say, tell us something new.
A big if, right?
We have bad roads in
exactly.
Michigan. So, okay, so what happened this week? Well, the legislature essentially is taking a long break for the summer.
Yeah.
And for the campaign season. But the legislative session is not over. It won't be over until the end of 2018.
Okay.
So whatever bills are sitting there in Lansing are bills that could be passed this session. So there's a very, very interesting bill that was introduced actually last year, but it's still sitting there because we're still in session. And that bill number is called 4279.
Okay.
What does it say? Well, it says that insurance companies cannot increase rates on auto insurance based on damages to an automobile caused by a pothole.
Hey, I cracked a wheel, I drove through a pothole, I want to file a claim, that's great, but don't raise my rate.
Exactly, that's pretty much all it says. So what are we trying to do here? Well, we have this problem in Michigan of bad roads, and we're trying to figure out who should bear the cost of the damage from automobiles that results from the bad roads.
Sure.
What happens right now? Well, most people know this, that if you have a car that you value in any way, you should have collision coverage on the car. Now, collision coverage is not mandatory, but if you want to protect the asset that is the vehicle, got to have that form of coverage. Well, what happens if you hit a pothole? Or let's say you hit a pothole more than once, which has happened to many people.
Sure.
Insurance companies, the way it stands right now, can raise your rates on your collision coverage because it's one of those incidents that can be deemed to be your fault.
Sure.
Even though we have so many potholes that it's like dodge them out there.
Dodge a pothole and hit someone else and cause another collision.
So what these legislators are trying to say is, look, we shouldn't force this cost onto people who pay premiums for auto insurance. The insurers might be saying, well, we shouldn't have to pay this cost until the state fixes the problem. Can the state compensate you for damage to your car? Well, the short answer is maybe. We do have this system where you can seek recovery from the state for damage to your vehicles, and we've talked about that in prior segments. It's a difficult burden to prove because you essentially have to show that the state knew or should have known about that particular pothole and that they knew for more than 30 days. So the pothole problem continues to live on, and we're going to continue to wrestle with it.
If 4279 real quickly passes, that would indeed allow us to file a claim but not have to get our premiums raised.
That's right.
If it passes. Your,
That's right.
Your guesstimation of whether it will?
Who knows?
Who knows?
That's lame duck coming up, so
That's
who
a good
knows?
point. Real quickly, people have questions. Where do they find you?
You can find us online at www.sinusdramus.com. Give us a call in West Michigan at 616-301-3333 or email us at info@sinusdramus.com.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Derek.